I love Spiritfarer. It's a cozy management game where it tells the emotional story of you becoming a fairy master and caring for the deceased. But what happens if you love this game and want to play something similar? Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm Kelsey, and I'm on a mission to find cute and cozy games. And today we are going to go through 15 games that you will love if you like Spiritfarer. And I can guarantee you will like at least one of these games on the list if you like Spiritfarer. So grab a drink, get cozy, and let's start off with the first game. The first game is a story-driven, turn-based RPG battle, skating, and cooking game with an emotional story, and I don't talk about this game enough. This one is called Thirsty Suitors. You play as Jala and you find yourself returning to home and coming face to face with first loves, family conflicts, and messy breakups. You need to try and win your parents' approval and avoid emotional traps while cooking South Asian recipes. And you reveal your breakups through narrative combat mechanics, through turn-based RPGs, where you can enrage, shock, impress, or even flirt with your exes. You can skate around the town, and there are skating and wall run mini games. There is lots of accessibility options in this game, which I thoroughly loved. And this game is so much fun to play and has such an emotional and rich storyline involved. It was my top game of 2023 and I absolutely love it. Next up is a silent cozy game where you get to sail. It's called Far Lone Sails. This is a vehicle adventure game where you travel across a dried out ocean trying to track down a once thriving civilization. You escape roadblocks and go through hazardous weathers, all while trying to keep this vessel going. You maintain and upgrade the vehicle, but there is also beautiful scenery, and it's set in a post-apocalyptic world, but it is just you and your machine. There is literally nothing else here. The story is told through the objects you find, not through any narration, so it's told through a very beautiful and relaxing way, and you get to find the story out at your own pace. There is no dialogue at all, and I won't give too many spoilers, but you get to find out why you are there. The next one is the sequel to Far Lone Sails, and this one is called Far Changing Tides. So in this one, you swap the dusty plains for stormy skies and high seas. There is a new protagonist in it called Toe, and you find yourself alone, stranded in a flooded world. The gameplay is very similar to the first Far game, but it has a lot more variety, a lot more options, and this game is just as beautiful, just as cozy, and has a really nice story with it as well. The next game is a musical game with an emotional story. This one is called Wandersong, and it's a musical platformer adventure game where you play as a silly bard and use music to interact with everything on your journey around the world. You play as a walking musical instrument, and different things respond to music in different ways. So you will explore, solve puzzles, and meet lots of different characters. They say that it is about 10 to 12 hours worth of gameplay with over 150 characters to meet, and it is also fully accessible to colorblind and deaf players. The fifth game is a first-person puzzle game where you solve puzzles with plants. This one is Botany Manor, and you play as Arabella Green, who is in 1890 working on her botanical research book, Forgotten Flora. You research how to grow rare plant species from seed as you explore a beautiful English manor and garden. The plants you grow are fantastical, but they're still inspired by real phenomena in nature, and you fill your book with all of the plants you discovered and all of the clues. So books, posters, and letters. and hidden around the manor and garden, you will learn about Arabella's life and career and what it's like to be a woman in 1890 trying to become a botanist in a very male dominated field. It's a beautiful story, the ending is beautiful, and it's a great game to play. This game can be a bit scary at times, more than cozy. It is a survival game, but it has a great story attached to it. It is called Subnautica. Subnautica is an underwater adventure game set on an alien ocean planet. It's a fully open world game where you need to manage your oxygen supply, explore the coral reefs, cave systems, the plateaus. You can craft items, you need to find water and food and develop your equipment and collect resources and build a base on the sea floor. But there's also this element of survival because you are deep in the ocean and you have crash landed. Things can harm you in this ocean, and when the sun goes down, that is when these things can harm you, and it can get a bit scary at times, just to warn you. The game does contain flashing lights as well, so it might not be suitable for people with photosensitive epilepsy or other photosensitive conditions. They have put a warning in there. But this game has a really great mystery involved where you get to find out what happened to the planet and why you crash landed here and why sea life is becoming infected, and if you can find a way off the planet alive. It's a great underwater game. The next one is another favourite of mine. It is an action-adventure puzzle climbing game with a very emotional ending. This is called Jusant. You have to make your way to the top of a very, very tall tower, and you can go at your own pace, explore different paths, and you unravel the secrets from a begone civilization as you discover beautiful biomes and accompanied by a companion made of water. There is a stamina meter as you climb, so you have to watch this as you climb up the big tower. The tower changes as well, the biomes change, so you have to always figure out how best to make your next move on the climb. There are alternative paths that you can always choose, so it's not always one way fits all. Your little companion is called a ballast, and he helps guide you and also helps reveal some of the hidden clues and hidden paths. This game has no dialogue. All of the story is revealed through objects or letters that have been left behind from this civilization, and through that you work out why this civilization left. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a beautiful ending and it's well worth the wait to get to the very top. Game 8 is a game with no text about sorrow and dealing with pain. It's called Gris. Gris is a young girl lost in her own world, dealing with a painful experience, and her experience of sorrow is manifesting in her dress. And this grants new abilities to better navigate her faded reality. As you play through the game, Gris will grow emotionally and she will reveal new paths to explore using her new abilities. This game is free from danger and death, and it has light puzzles, platforming sequences, and skill-based challenges. It has almost no text and only simple control reminders so that the game can be enjoyed by anyone. It's a beautifully illustrated game with a beautiful story behind it, and this game has won multiple awards for a reason. The next one is from the makers of Gris, another emotional action adventure game. It's called Neva. This is about the story of Alba, who is bound to a wolf cub following a traumatic encounter with dark forces. So over time, their relationship will evolve as they learn to work together. You help each other to brave increasingly dangerous situations, and the wolf cub will grow and you'll feel very attached to this cub. It's a beautiful game. It's not a long game, but again, the artwork is incredible, the story is incredible, and I think everybody I've spoken to about this game has cried playing this one. Next up, we have a supernatural thriller with great accessibility options. It's called Oxenfree, and you play as Alex, who brings her stepbrother Jonas to an overnight party, and the group of friends unknowingly open a ghostly gate from the island's cryptic past. They call it a mind-bending game where the story, scenes, and ending all change depending on every decision you make. There are multiple mysteries to solve, spanning over decades and lifetimes, and it is voice acted as well. It is a fully unique story. It can get a little bit creepy at times, and there is some mature content warnings of self-harm, suicide, mental health, emotional abuse, trauma, psychological horror, and jump scares, which the developers have stated. But it is a fantastic game. It has great accessibility options, and I love the narrative-driven side of it. Next is a game with a beautiful soundtrack where you play with others. This is called Journey. Now, you may have heard of this game because it is by the makers of Sky, Children of the Light. It was their first game that they made, and it is all about you exploring a mysterious world called Journey, as you soar above ruins and glide across sands to discover its secrets. So you can play alone, but it is multiplayer in the fact that other people via online join you through your journey, and there's no way to communicate with them, there's no dialogue. All you can do is communicate through music notes, and even that is so beautiful and so wonderful. The ending is stunning, and you don't really get to fully understand the whole game until it comes to an end. It's a very short game, probably only about 2 hours, but you can play through it again to get all of the achievements if you want to. It has a beautiful soundtrack to go with this game. It is truly breathtaking. Next up is a fun but emotional and wholesome story. This is Mutazione. You play as a 15-year-old Kai as she travels to the strange and secretive community to care for her grandfather. But as you make friends, plant musical gardens, attend barbecues, band nights, and boat trips, you embark on a final spiritual journey to save everyone from a strange darkness at the heart of it all. The game is hand illustrated. It has a cast of mutant characters. It is described as a soap opera game with twists and turns. You have gardens to customize, and it's a really great, beautiful, and heartfelt story. Game 13 is a musical game where no two endings are the same. This is Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. You are in a modern fantasy world, and you play as Gris, who is granted the power of a muse after her predecessor dies, and you need to find the truth before the time runs out. You dive into the hidden world of mythical Greek gods and monsters as you get to know the cast and forge friendships and find foes, find love and build friendships, and decide who you want to be with every single choice. This game is a fully interactive game, so every single musical number you go through, you can make your own decision through it. It's fully orchestrated and performed by singers and there are thousands of variations for each choice that you can make. So it feels like you're crafting your own soundtrack to your own musical. This game is absolutely stunning. They say that no two playthroughs are the same because of the choice and consequence RPG that is built in, and I can fully see that because of every single choice that you get to make. There is comedy and tragedy, it is tongue-in-cheek and heartfelt. I love Greek mythology, and this game is surrounded by that. It has amazing accessibility options with pages of it on their website if you need to look at it, and the story is phenomenal. The next one is a beautiful, colourful adventure made by a solo dev. It's called Naiad. In this, you get to float across rivers and interact with flora and fauna and discover little secrets as you enjoy a wholesome experience. You can swim with ducks, dive with fish, meet adorable friends, and journey through 16 different scenarios that are all beautiful and all stunning. There are ones like forests and caves and lakes, and it's all to start off from the source of the river and get towards the sea. It is developed by a solo dev and it is just absolutely stunning. Again, with this one, there is no dialogue, but it is just so beautiful and serene to enjoy this game, and there is little activities you can do and growth as you reach the sea. I love the art style of this game. It's so unique. And again, it's called Naiad, so it's based on Greek mythology, which I am obsessed with. A Naiad is a guardian of the river, so that gives you a clue on what the storyline behind this game is. And the very last game on this list is an upcoming game about a paintbrush-wielding artist striving to escape a colourful world. This is called Constance. Now, I know this game isn't out yet. It's out in Q4 of 2025, but this game looks fantastic. It has an amazing story behind it, and you play as Constance, who is a brush-wielding artist, and you are trying to escape a colourful yet decaying inner world created by her declining mental health. So the inner world is strongly connected to Constance's mental health journey, and with each biome it has a unique set of enemies and characters that represent different aspects of her psyche and personal history. So you get to experience flashbacks about her personal struggle, her creativity, her work-life balance. So you get to follow this really deep and emotional journey, all while meeting characters, completing side quests, collecting collectibles, looking for secrets, gathering materials. It looks so beautiful, and I'm really excited for this one to come out. And that is it. Those are all of the games that I think you'll love if you like Spiritfarer. Let me know in the comments down below, have you played any of these games before? Are you going to play any of these games? Let me know. As always, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more cute and crazy games. We do lots of game recommendations here, so please don't forget to subscribe. As always, I will leave a game recommendation video at the end of this one for you. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!